Hello, my name is Lolke Dijkstra. Today we're going to work on LDX and persistency, Spring Data Persistency. So we are going to create a version of LDX that allows working with Spring Persistency for MongoDB. And that is interesting because this allows us to parse the data that we get from our XML and then store that data in the Mongo database. First thing that we do, we create a new Java project, and I will name it LDX LDX Spring Data 2. And the first thing we're gonna do is we convert this project to a Maven project. The reason why is very simple. Maven is a very nice tool for managing dependencies in projects, so you don't have to edit all these settings in Eclipse, and it's a very convenient way of doing so. So first, enter some data here. com.ldx without the that's all right. Then com.ldx Spring Data, and I will just give it a version number 222, which is the same version as the LDX version that I'm using here. So that would be then so that we know what it is later. Okay, so now that we have the POM file, we can open it with a text editor, and we can actually paste the dependency in that we have for Spring Data. And this is the dependency for Spring Data that we should paste in. That is enclosed within a dependencies block because you may have, of course, more than one dependency. In this case, we just have Spring Data. Save and update the project. Good. Now we can import our code from the LDX framework. This is the folder, this is the home folder for LDX version 2.2.2. Make sure you include source here, otherwise you get an extra level of in within the source folder in your project, and that doesn't work. Okay, so now we have all the code here, and the changes that we need to make. It's actually a single change that we need to make, and that is in the core complex data type. That is the thing that we need to make a change to. Well, as said, Spring is taking care of the persistency for us to MongoDB for a large part. You just have to put in some plumbing. We will see that later on in another tutorial. In here, I want to prepare the library, and this library, the LDX Spring Data 2, this is the one we will be using in our projects that we will work with. So the first thing that we need to do here is make the parent transient. And the transient keyword was obviously this means that it is not persisted to the database. Import transient from org Spring Framework data annotation. Okay. This is all we need to do. Let me explain a little here. So we add transient here. This is necessary to add transient here. And the reason is that this complex data type references a parent. Okay? So that means that to Spring, on parsing the components that we have, here it detects a potential endless chain. Of course it isn't, but it detects it anyway. And this data we are not interested in anyway for persistency, so we can make it transient and then the problem is solved basically. We can also make the other things transient here if we like. For instance, XML element name would be the element name, the enclosing element name, the tag actually in the that you see in your XML that encloses the data. So that means that, well, if you don't want it in your JSON, you would make it transient here. I'll leave it in now because, well, it can be quite convenient to have it there, and it doesn't hurt having it there. It's just an extra element name that sits in your data. Then we have the attributes. Well, the attributes, you can choose, for instance, to make these transient if you are working with an XML that with an XML standard of which you are sure that no attributes are used. For instance, CPA, if you look at CPA, or also known as the it's part of the ISO 20022 standard, you'll see that no attributes are used. And then instead of having an empty attributes container in all these components, in all these documents in the database, you could opt for making this transient as well. Same goes for content. Instead of having an empty string there, you could make this transient so it is not stored. It doesn't store the empty string. And that is for the same reason CPA doesn't use content anyway. Okay. Well, that concludes this short tutorial. Now you know how to do this, and we will be using this POM or the dependency to this project in the POM of the derived projects later on. So I want to briefly open this again, and this is the part actually that we would be using. And if you look here, you see that we are having a dependency here to Spring Framework. So our products will have a dependency to COM LDX Spring Data. See the same 3 lines here. Okay, thank you for now, and hopefully we'll meet later on. Thank you. Bye-bye.